What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Woki Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic of this video today will be in regards to why relationships don't work in 2020, right? The thing you have to understand is that the reason the relationship dynamic does not work in 2020 is because most men in 2020 are feminine, while most women in 2020 are masculine, especially in the society here in the United States, right? Most of the agendas that are pushed in the media, right, by people like Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, trying to hypersexualize women, trying to get women to realize that the value that they hold is only in between their legs, right? They are teaching women how to use their body as sexual objects and how to dominate men in order to be able to take control, which is seen as masculine. And you have to understand that. And the thing is that a lot of men in society are willing to do anything in order to be able to get in her, right? To be able to get what's in between her legs, right? They're even willing to simp. And when you simp, you have to understand that the woman does not respect you. When you simp, you have to understand that she sees you as somebody who is not worthy of having sex with her. That's the one thing that you got to understand. A lot of men are willing to compromise their manhood in order to be able to satisfy a woman who, at the end of the day, is everything that a woman does is based off of the way she feels, which is basically in relation to her emotions. So when you sacrifice your manhood, when you start to move from the masculine frame that God put you in from the minute that you were born to you being in a feminine frame, she can never respect you because she understands that by nature, that is the frame that she is supposed to possess, not you. When you as a man act feminine, when you as a man get in your feelings, when you as a man cannot display any sort of dominance, especially towards the woman and in your life, she can never respect you, talk more or less about wanting you. For a woman to really want you, she needs to respect you. And the thing you have to understand is that for the relationship dynamic to work in 2020, the man needs to be dominant. And the woman needs to want to be submissive to the man in order to be able to respect him and to be in a relationship long term. A lot of relationships, if there are a lot of relationships that exist in 2020, are solely based off of the woman taking control and the man not having a backbone and standing up to her and being dominant. Women don't like that. Women do not like that. So when you see a relationship like that, that usually ends off bad. It can either end off in two ways. The woman is probably secretly cheating on the man with the alpha, right? The man who is dominant, the man who is strong, the man who doesn't compromise his manhood, the man that does not simp. Or she's only using that guy that she's in a relationship with for his resources. The thing you have to understand is that there are so many women in this society that believe that a 50-50 relationship should exist. But in all reality, it should not. If you don't view your man as the man that you should be submissive to, the relationship can't exist, because if you cannot submit to him, the relationship won't exist. It won't, because you're going to be in the dominant position, which is the position that you know that you don't want to be in, because she wants the man to dominate her, especially if she sees the man as her sexual lover. Because that is the man that makes her to feel some type of way. That is the man that she is sexually attracted to. The person that she's not sexually attracted to is not going to be the one that she talks about. Most women will go on Twitter. Most women will go on Instagram and will talk about the guys that apparently they feel have done them wrong, but those are the guys that they are attracted to because those guys made them feel some type of way. Those guys made them feel some type of way. They don't talk about the nice guy. They don't talk about what the nice guy has done, because the nice guy places them above themselves, or places her above themselves. Let me be clear, because you might not understand. The nice guy is a simp. The nice guy is a yes man. The nice guy places the woman above himself and his own needs, even if it's willing to kill him. The thing you have to understand is that if you are willing to sacrifice your manhood, if you are willing to kill yourself over a woman will move on without a shadow of a doubt, and you will end up being left in the dust. Don't do that to yourself. Don't allow yourself to be seen as a second-class citizen, especially to a woman. Don't do that. You need to value yourself as especially, I'm telling you, especially if you're a man that's on his purpose, especially if you're a man that's grinding to be able to become better. There are a lot of situations where you have to understand that you are working towards becoming greater, right? And you should not allow anybody to shame. People are going to shame you regardless, but you shouldn't allow the shaming to be able to affect you mentally. You have to ignore it. You have to be thick-skinned and want to do better. There are a lot of women in society that believe that a 50-50 relationship should occur, especially if she's not even contributing as much as the man is contributing to the relationship. So let's put this in perspective, especially to women that are not contributing as much as the man is contributing. A lot of women feel like the relationship dynamic should be 50-50, right? But the man is bringing in more into the relationship, providing more into the relationship than the woman. But she also feels like she has the right to be able to control the dynamics of how things go down in the relationship. How? What are you contributing to be able to know that you should be able to control the dynamic of the relationship other than what's in between your legs? You're not contributing. You're not contributing at all. And then it's these same women that are going to try to use sex to control these men. But the men don't have any sort of self-value. So they allow the woman to use her box to manipulate them. If you are a man that has value, if you are a man that has value within himself and trust within his ability to be able to attract more women by you leveling up and improving yourself, you will never allow the box to manipulate you, especially if she's not contributing anything other than the box. You have to realize your value as a man. You have to understand that if you are a man, especially that is on his purpose, a man that's on his purpose, a man that is working towards becoming the greatest version of himself is a king. Not all men are kings. Men that are not grinding to be able to become better every day, men that are not putting in the work, those men are not kings. It's not just being called a king by name or by mouth. You have to work towards becoming a king. You are building your kingdom. You are building your house that's going to be able to yield you benefits over the years. You are building the foundation that's going to be able to use to build a house. It starts now. It starts now. You have to continuously improve. You cannot allow anybody to shame you. People who are not contributing to your process should not be able to make decisions in your life. Whether it's a woman, whether it's a man. The 50-50 relationship dynamic will never work in this country, because the thing you have to understand is that if a woman does not submit to her man, especially a man that is dominant, the relationship dynamic will not work, because she understands that she is not supposed to be in a position of power with her man, that she is supposed to be submissive. And people think being submissive is a bad thing. Being submissive is not a bad thing. With being submissive to your husband, that means you have to humble yourself, right? You have to humble yourself. A man, before he starts his business, will have to go out there and grind and work hard to be able to bring money to be able to start his business. You don't think the man has to humble himself in front of his boss? If the man doesn't humble himself in front of his boss and is acting arrogant and cocky or too confident, he'll get fired. Once he's able to save up enough money to be able to start his business, then from there you can come and join in his business and contribute to the progression of the business. So when time comes, he can pay you what you deserve, aka he's rewarding you. You have to understand these things for what they truly are, because I'm telling you the truth. The relationship dynamic will not work in 2020 if the woman is dominant, aka masculine, and the man is feminine, because women understand that that's not their position. But men don't understand that, and men need to wake up and understand the truth. If she sees you as her sexual lover first, especially, she understands that she needs to be submissive to you. And she understands that if she's going to stay, that she has to be like that. So for the relationship dynamic to work in 2020, A man has to be masculine and a woman needs to be feminine. If you understand, it's because you're woke, but if you do not understand, you are not woke. This is gonna be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, man. Share this video with your friends. We're coming back with more videos after videos. You feel what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel at Woke Ebuks. WOKEEBUKS. Make sure you tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Social media links will be down in the description below, as well as Patreon links. So make sure you give those a check. And without further ado, this will be the end of this video. This is Woke Ebuks, and I'm out, man.